Good morning and welcome back to The Point for Friday, July 28th. I'm definitely a little excited today. Brad and I are going on our annual golf trip up to Toff Trees. It's always a great weekend. Looking forward to that. So let's just get into the news. U.S. futures are lower this morning, with the Nasdaq down over 50 points, as yesterday saw mixed results after a solid start. Yesterday saw a global sell-off in technology after stocks reached record highs amid signs of economic growth and strong earnings. The technology sector was up 22% on the year. Amazon's earnings fell short of estimates, as some speculate it could mean an adjustment in U.S. expectations, while some are wary of the recently low volatility levels. The VIX volatility marker spiked over 15% yesterday. The Stoxx Europe 600 index tumbled 1.1% to its lowest in almost 14 weeks on a closing basis, led by drops in technology and automakers. The effects were felt through Europe, as the UK and Germany both fell 0.7% and France dropped 1.3%. The MSCI Asia Pacific dropped 0.7%, along with many other Asian markets. Losses were highlighted by a 1.7% fall in Korea, as Samsung shares lost over 4%. Bonds climbed higher amidst the poor stock news, as the yield on 10-year treasuries rose 1 basis point, while Germany and France saw 3 and 4 basis point gains. The dollar halted its rebound yesterday, while the euro gained 0.3%. The British pound also small gains, while the yen stayed relatively unchanged for the week. Crude oil is up over $49 per barrel and more than 7% on the week, as sliding U.S. inventories and signs of stronger demand raise speculation that a supply glut in the world's biggest consumer may ease. Gold was little changed, as it remains on course for a third week of gains, while copper stalled its advance by dropping 0.2%. And since we're talking about currency, Jeff Bezos briefly became the world's richest man Thursday morning, as Amazon shares scooted higher until it dropped lower into the close. Earnings will continue to report today, including results from Exxon, although the main focus will be on GDP data set to be released at 8:30. The economy probably accelerated to a 2.5% annualized pace in the second quarter, fueled by a pickup in consumer spending. Other GDP reports saw strong growth in France with a 0.5% increase, while Spain and Austria both climbed 0.9%. Reports in Japan showed a 2.3% gain in household spending, but their key price gauge remained unchanged in June. And late yesterday, the U.S. Senate voted 98-2 to strengthen existing sanctions on Russia, Iran, and North Korea. Russia has already retaliated, ordering the U.S. to cut its diplomatic staff in the country. And a skinny repeal of Obamacare was rejected early this morning after John McCain and 2 others voted against the bill, making the vote 49-51. So we saw some mixed results yesterday. Stocks were looking good. And then all of a sudden you kind of saw this huge sell-off in tech, kind of led by Samsung and Amazon not quite hitting their earnings expectations. So we will have to wait and see how the markets react to that today. But the big news will be the GDP report coming out at 8:30. So hopefully we have some good news for the economy there. And in the sports world, the Pirates had the night off, but the Cubs won yet again. So we find ourselves 4.5 games behind first place, playing tonight in San Diego. The leaderboard for the RBC Canadian Open is pretty tightly packed at -7, and Dustin Johnson finds himself right on the doorstep at 5 under par, with Bubba Watson at -6. And Andrei Markov, who is a longtime leader of the Montreal Canadiens, is leaving the organization after 16 years to return back to the KHL in Russia, so we wish him the best of luck there. And I hope you all have a great Friday and a great weekend, because that is it for The Point for today on Friday, July 28th.